We know that the prosecutor has a betrothed. We'll see how that plays into things. Who that is and why it matters. We are learning a little bit more about our girl, Celeste, and her background. We know that she's got another spell. She learned 2 spells in addition to the one she had. So we know Detect Magic, and we've been spamming that like crazy. But what's the other one, and how's it going to play in? Is it going to be a new gameplay mechanic? And what are we going to learn about Horus? Because that's kind of the name of our eyeball. So anyway, we're going to start the stream. We're going to start the case. I'm going to guess who the murderer is immediately, as I do. And then you can come back next stream and see how right I was, because we're 1 for 1. The first case doesn't count because they told us outright who it was. But I'm going to have a quick drink of coffee because this is a talkie game. And I've already talked a bit today because of clients. I got no more clients for a few days though, which is nice. See, this is why I play fully voice acted games when I can. But let's get into case number 3. The origins of Horus. What is going to happen? Yeah, so far the pattern is whoever's on the title card is the defendant. Celeste in the first one, Wallace, of course, in the case we just finished. So who's this guy? Let's find out. Blip, blip, blip. Frey Cuthbert. That's a new name for us. It might be that woman. We know there... Well, I mean, everyone in this game has some sort of background that is slowly coming to light. That includes us, that includes Ruby, that includes Celeste. I'm sorry, Tyrion. I know Frey has come up in the past, but I forget in what context. I'm pretty sure she's dead, whoever she is. There were so many things that I wanted to tell you, so many things that I wanted to show you. But I'm afraid that I can't do that now. I need you to be strong now. This world is bleak, merciless, and unforgiving. But I've seen you. I know how bright the light within you is. Use my eyes. Ah, is this a hereditary thing? Peer beyond the divine gate as I once did. Use it to reclaim the future. Ruby's also getting a little bit annoyed as us using our magic eyeballs to solve cases. And it's like, why not? If I could just read everyone's minds and figure out who did it, then yay. Episode 3, The Origins of Horus. Okay, do I need to click again? Apparently I do. Uh-oh. Things are preposterous, completely and utterly preposterous, immediately. And somebody is not happy about that. I can't give a voice. I don't know who it is. I don't know what they do. I don't know who they are. Preposterous, completely and utterly preposterous. Whoa, hey, you are angry, sir. Is something wrong, Lord Van Sanctus? Ah, oh. So, Von Sanctus is one of the 4 big houses in this game. I'm not sure why he's got pictures of butts lining his shoulders, but okay, fine, whatever. Is something wrong? Something appears to be wrong. You filthy rat, you cheated, didn't you? Is this a chess? Something to do with chess? We didn't really attack your house. It was... Miriam was not from Von Sanctus' house in the last case, so is this chess? I feel like this is chess. That's right, you're just a cheat and a charlatan. How do you cheat at chess, exactly? Wow, you look a lot meeker on your title card than you do right now. You are a mad boy. Do you have any evidence to prove that ridiculous claim? It is chess, that's what I thought. I mastered chess before you could crawl out of whatever rat hole you came from. Do you honestly expect anyone to believe that you could defeat me? Okay, well, where did I cheat? Honestly, I'm just as disappointed as you are. I was expecting more of a challenge from House Von Sanctus. But I suppose all the gold in the world can't buy you a modicum of skill. You little upstart! Oh! Oh, hey, you. You're probably the murderer. Maybe. Ahem. Von Sanctus's acquaintance clears his throat and gestures subtly to the crowd of spectators. Actually, I guess people with eyeballs aren't real characters. The guards don't have eyeballs either. Everyone's attention is on him, and you can see the crowd muttering among themselves. His undignified behavior probably isn't doing any favors for his public image. Realizing himself, he tries to regain his composure. It's preposterous. I mean, where did I cheat? It's chess. You were watching me. He walks away, muttering the word preposterous under his breath a few more times. Sounds like he's trying to reassure himself more than anyone else. Alright, good for you. So, that was something. Yeah, I knew that he'd get angry, but I didn't expect him to make a scene like that. Well, you did insult him. Is that guy's probably gonna end up being the victim. Not to say that he didn't deserve it. Come on, I love seeing these conceited nobles lose their minds when I beat them. It's half the fun of playing these tournaments. Wow. Where's this confidence when we're in the courtroom? You can't just admit he's bad. Well, exactly, he's a noble. He can't admit anything any better than Miriam could. Court cases are different. I have to deal with real-world elements during a trial, and that includes Prosecutor Steelwind. Prosecutor Steelwind, huh? I wonder if she plays chess. Now there's a thought. You want to play chess against her? I wonder if she'd be willing to play against me sometime. She can't be any worse than these pampered nobles. Maybe whenever people play these guys, they throw on purpose because they're nobles or whatever. Anyway, we should celebrate somewhere in town. Even if he was a pushover, you just beat one of the top-ranked chess players in the kingdom. To be honest, we had our reservations about returning to the city of Arcane. Is that a city that we're returning to that we've not been to yet? If we weren't facing one of the 4 pillars, we would never have come back here. We just did that for them, eh? We'd rather leave this city as soon as possible, okay. We just came here to play chess against an asshole. I saw a cafe while we were walking around. The food smelled great. I'd really like to go there. You could always go to one of the cafes in the capital. There are plenty of places to choose from there. Trust me, I've traveled around the world. There's nothing better than food from a thriving port city. Alright, I suppose there's no harm in staying a little longer. Can't you guys just teleport circle everywhere? She does have a point. A city streets seem livelier than when we last saw them. When did we last see them? We see a lot of businesses that weren't here before, and they all seem to be very well off. Despite being a port city, Arcane used to look like a ghost town. Has the local nobility been investing in the city? I find that very hard to believe. Yeah. Since when did the nobility do anything for the public? Come on, guys. If he's one of the best, the chess scene must be terrible. Well, exactly. I mean, the nobility are used to people kissing their ass, right? So this guy enters and he was like, I'm the best. I'm gonna beat everybody. And then Tyrion comes along and is just like, wow, you're god-awful. You arrive at the cafe that Celeste told you about. As you enter, we're struck by a powerful aroma of freshly baked pastries and coffee. I just had a bagel and some coffee. Does that count as a pastry? The scent of the baked goods swirls around you. So we take a moment to inhale the enticing smells. We have to admit it's making us very hungry. So, you seek to enter the domain of the Deathbringer songstress? Why is Gundam Tanaka flashing before my eyes? Oh, yeah. Female Gundam Tanaka. Well, if glory is what you seek, then look no further. No. Pastries. We're here for pastries. Where you stand before Mosorika Tudor, Dark Lord of Arcane. It seems like where Takumi would get his lunch. As we head further into the cafe, we're approached by a familiar face. You're familiar? Ferris? Is this our Ferris? Mosorika Tudor. Okay, you're probably gonna be... No, we know who's accused because they're on the title card. Hopefully you don't get killed. Rika, is that you? Ha! It appears that my reputation precedes me. How good of you to... Oh, wait, I know who you are. Yeah. Wait, you're... Tyrion? You're back! Aw, she's happy to see us. Hi. You... Why didn't you tell anyone that you were back in town? Is this like our hometown or something? Do you have any idea how worried we've all been? Do you two know each other? Right. Celeste, this is Mosorika Tudor. I was friends with her back when I lived here many years ago. Okay, so maybe this is where he grew up. Wait, you used to live here? Yeah, Arnax is actually the town I grew up in. Well, there you go. What? But you were in such a hurry to leave before. Aww. You said that in front of her. You came here to eat, right? If you're still hungry, I can bring you some of our best dishes on the house. No, I couldn't possibly. Come on, don't be like that. It's been years since I've seen you. It's been years? What were you, like 5? And you know how good my food is. Okay, but only for a little while. Rika sets a table for the 3 of us and calls for a waiter. Oh, so she's just joining us. We all place our orders. Now, tell me everything. I want to know all about what you've been doing since you left. Alright, do I get to examine things? I don't get to cast magic spells. There's some barrels stacked in the corner. I wonder what's inside. Wait, Rika, you wouldn't happen to have lotus juice, would you? Oh yeah, that's right, you love that. Lotus juice? What's that? Never mind. What happened to the lotus juice that you received from Miriam? I drank all of it. Immediately. Already? It hasn't even been a month. When did we get lotus juice from Miriam? This table looks really well made. You like it? I commissioned a local carpenter to have my tables custom made. It's probably worth it. They fit with the humble and rustic vibe you've got going on here. Rika seems to have decorated the entire cafe with several plants and flowers. The greens add a fresh and earthly ambience to the restaurant. Da-da-da-da-da. What do we got? There's a shelf full of drinks, mugs, and sugar behind the restaurant counter. This must be where Rika's employees prepare coffee to be served. That's it. Good stuff. Talky talk. We're going to talk about Celeste first? So, are you going to introduce us? Right. This is Celeste McCoy. She's my bodyguard. Bodyguard? What? And Celeste, this is... Ha! As if I need such introductions. I am Musarika Tudor, Dark Lord of Otarax, High Archmage of the Cadmium Flames and the proud proprietor of this cafe. Oh, okay. I don't remember the RP last time I was here. I was friends with her when I used to live here. She's a little eccentric, but she's a good person at heart. Hey! She's also a common folk mage like you. Oh, what do you know? I'm a common folk mage. I know prestidigitation. I know illuminate room, and I know, you know, nuke. Yeah. What's in your spell book? It's going to be important, isn't it? Ah, so you come from the same humble beginnings that I do. What death spell do you know for no reason? What spells have you mastered? I haven't really mastered any of them. 7? She knows 7 now. Jeez. I know about 7 spells, though. 7? That's almost 4 times the amount that I know. So 2. She's learned even more spells? I mean, we've established that she is quite the learner. She's been picking them up rather quickly, so what's the new spell gonna be? Fingerprint detecting spell? I've been usurped! Look at you, Mr. Big Shot. You're wearing a suit now. You even have a bodyguard. Did you get an office job in the big city? Something like that. I'm actually a defense attorney now. A defense attorney? I see. Why are you sad? Is that something our mom used to do? Is that why you left town with that scary lady? So, Ruby. Scary lady? Are you talking about Ruby? Yes, they are. Miss Tamora adopted me when my mother passed several years ago, so that would have to have been Frey. I like that his mom's name is Frey. That's got to be a reference to the Fays in Ace Attorney. After that, she began training me to become an attorney like her. Wait, you've been studying to be an attorney since you were a kid? Well, I guess that explains why you're so young for a lawyer, said the 19-year-old mercenary. Yeah, I guess you got me there. Alright, more. Cafe. Are you the owner of this cafe, Rika? You always spoke about opening one when we were kids. Yep, and it's all thanks to the Dracogen Trading Company. The company's owner invested in my business idea after trying my food. Because of him, I was able to open up here, just like I've always dreamed. Dracogen Trading Company. I don't think I've heard of them. They're pretty small right now, and they're only operating in Arnax. But I hear that they're planning to expand their operations throughout Wivengard. But I would have thought that Lord Von Sanctus would have weeded out any competition. After all, he owns one of the largest businesses in the kingdom. Lord Von Sanctus? Isn't he that pompous noble that I beat in the chess tournament this morning? Wait, that was you? I didn't even know he was a businessman. Von Sanctus Industries invented those arcane constructs that we saw at the Imperial Academy. Aha. How did you not know about those things? You practically fight against nobles for a living. Maybe we should start reading more about national politics. More? Our next city. Is it just me, or does the city look less depressing than before? Alright, you left the city before the new merchants appeared. New merchants? Like, from a merchant's guild? Yeah, the Dracogen Trading Company was one of the first ones. They started operating here and bought the Arcane refinery a few years ago. After that, merchants from all over Wivengard started coming here, so I think I'm already starting to see where this is going. The person we beat at chess will probably be the victim. The guy we saw on the title card is going to be the guy who runs this guild, and he's going to be the one we're defending, and I guess it's probably not going to be you that's the killer. Maybe not, we'll see. After that, merchants from all over Wivengard started coming here. Well, being based in a port city would definitely give them an edge. And their presence has really helped the city's economy. They aren't owned by the nobility, and they pay their employees a lot more than Von Sanctus does. How come this game can put italics on the screen without breaking the text box, but Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising can't? It's really improved the quality of life for the people here. I doubt Lord Von Sanctus appreciates the competition, though. There's even talk about forming employee-run unions. We're just going to brush that over. Oh, Von Sanctus definitely won't appreciate that. More? More. So, you still play chess? Yeah, I'm nationally ranked, too. I heard that an upstart commoner defeated Lord Von Sanctus at a tournament this morning, but I had no idea they were talking about you. Upstart commoner? What? The name suits you, Tyrion. Hey, do you still do that thing when you play? Oh, do you know about the magic eyeballs? No, I don't do that thing when I play. Ixnay, Ixnay. What thing? Nothing. She's not talking about anything. Wait, you're actually embarrassed about it? Wait, what? You have a tick? When we were kids, you did it even more than I did. What? What did he used to do? What did he do? Why don't you show her, Tyrion? I'd rather not. I mean, Celeste has played chess against us several times. Shouldn't she know if we still do whatever it is that we're doing? Come on, show us, Tyrion. What am I showing you? The thing. What is the thing? I think I'm a little too old for this. You're never too old to tap into your inner Chudy. Oh, you want us to act like Takumi. Alright, what did we do when we played chess? Did we have a catchphrase? Do it, Tyrion! Yeah, do it! The two of them begin chanting, trying to pressure me. It draws the attention of the other patrons of the cafe. They don't seem to care about the confused looks that they're getting. It seems we don't have a choice. We take in a deep breath. Yep, here we go. I am Hyoin Cuba, or whatever the hell his name was, Rintaro. Those who stand in the shadows, those who fear the light of divinity. Your Imperials will fall and your armies will perish. Kneel and cower before the divine gaze of the Eye of Horus. Why did you just openly announce that you have an Eye of Horus? Why is that a thing? Snicker. Yeah. They tried their hardest to contain their laughter. Well, that's why I don't do it anymore. I grew out of my Gundam Tanaka phase. No, that was great. It was great. It was fantastic. It was really cool, Tyrion. Very cool. Oh my god, I'm so attracted to you right now. Your poorly contained laughs are coming out between each word. And why are you laughing? You were just doing it a moment ago. Yeah, but she owns it. You used to say something else before, too. Shut up, Ferris. I won't let anyone stand in my way, even if they're what? A man-king or god? Oh, you still say that. That's it! Oh, that's where we got that phrase from. It's from our Chuny phase. Ah. He still says that sometimes. Oh, looks like our order is here. A waiter brings in the lunch special for each of us. Thank goodness. The enticing aroma of the meals makes you salivate a little. We gladly devour the meal. Rika's cooking is just as delicious as we remember. We spent some time catching up with her while we finish our meal. As our conversation continues, me and Celeste regale her with stories of the past court cases. No, really? Yep, it turned out that it was the headmaster the entire time. We should have just listened to Psy'Min when he said it 5 minutes in. Wow, I would have never figured that out. How did you know, Tyrion? Maybe he saw it with his eye of Horus. Yeah, see, this is why you don't go around announcing that, my guy. I nearly choke on my drink before I realize what she's actually referring to. Yeah, exactly. But wow, I can't believe it. I never thought court cases could be that dramatic. We finish our meal as we continue to tell Rika more about our cases. It's nice being able to talk with her again, which means she's about to die. We tried so hard to leave everything behind after what happened, but we're happy that she seems to be doing well. Well, it's been nice catching up with you, Rika. Well, I think it's time for us to get going. What? But we just got here. Aww. It's okay. I'm sure you're pretty busy nowadays. I won't keep you any longer. But be sure to write, okay? Don't just go and disappear like last time. Yeah, I'll stay in touch. You'd better. We exit the cafe and make our way to the local Merchants Guild to rent a carriage. The city streets seem a bit more crowded than usual. It's a little difficult to make our way through them. Oh, is somebody already dead? Hey, Tyrion? Yeah? Celeste is fidgeting with her hands. She looks like she wants to say something, but every time she starts to speak, she quickly stops herself. This happens a few more times before she seems to give up. Never mind, it's nothing. Okay. We both continue to walk silently as we make our way to the Merchants Guild. As we make our way there, the streets become more and more crowded. We hope the traffic won't interfere with the ride home. Surely somebody must already be dead or something, right? Hi, can we rent a carriage for travel to Wraithholme? Where are we going to Wraithholme? Oh, it's you again. Sorry, but travel outside of the city is temporarily closed. Oh, murder. What? Why? Haven't you heard? The Knights of the Kingsguard have locked down the city. They set up a blockade and everything. Okay, so we can't leave. That doesn't explain why we can't leave. Check the city gates if you don't believe me. What's up? Surely someone must have been murdered, right? It's just locked down again. As we arrive at the city gates, we see the blockade that the merchant was talking about. A crowd of disgruntled townsfolk are angrily shouting at the knights stationed there. Yeah, it's you again. This is outrageous! How long do you plan on keeping us here? Okay, no eyeballs means not important. Yeah, there's the no eyeballs knight. This is the guy we saw originally. Sorry, but we have our orders. Sure, not only is it a murder, but it has to be a noble if they're knocking down the city, which means it probably was the guy we beat at chess. We can't let anyone outside of the city until our investigation is complete. There's an investigation? Did something happen? Can you at least tell us what's going on? Why is the entire city being blockaded? Sorry, sir, we're not allowed to release that information. You'll just have to make other arrangements while we sort this out. Actually, I haven't seen you two around before. I'll need to take down your names and occupations for our records. Oh, what? We saw you in Chapter 1, like I said. What? Why? It's fine, Celeste. We're better off just cooperating with them. It's an invasion of privacy, but we'd rather not resist orders from the Kingsguard. I'm Tyrion Cuthbert. I'm a defense attorney. Fine. I'm Celeste McCoy, bodyguard. Thanks. We look over to the other Kingsguard. They seem to be taking notes of the people here, too. They must be making a list of everyone inside the city. That's going to take a little while. But for what reason? Oh, we already got evidence. Arnak's blockade. Blockade has been created around the city of Arnax. The blockade is preventing anyone from leaving into the city. The Kingsguard have taken careful note of everyone that's currently contained within the blockade. How are you going to make sure that you've got everyone? There's so many houses here that people could just be hiding in. But, fair enough. I have an important engagement. No, I have an important engagement tomorrow. What am I supposed to do now? This can't possibly be legal. The townsfolk continue shouting at the knight. These are all the nobility, not just the townsfolk. But it's clear they won't be budging anytime soon. What do we do now? We notice that it's starting to get late. We don't know how long the city will be blockaded. Are we going to stay at our friend's place? We should find a place to stay overnight just in case. Oh, wow. Literally the exact same tavern that Celeste is from. Asset reuse. We walk into a nearby tavern and see it absolutely crowded with patrons. Yep. Looks like everyone else had the same idea. Hey, welcome to the Agwin Tavern. I have no eyeballs either, so you're just going to keep seeing me over and over again. What can I do for you? Can we get 2 rooms for the night? Haha, you're joking, right? Sorry, I can't even spare 1 room. We're completely full with the blockade and all. Wait, let me take care of this. Uh-oh. Celeste takes out a large pouch of gold and plops it on the innkeeper's desk. Well, would you look at that? One of our rooms just opened up. Only one? Hey, the entire city's locked down. Even with your gold, that's the best I can do for you. What, embarrassed to share a room with me, Tyrion? No, it's just... We realize that she's just teasing like she usually does. Best not to give it any mind. Well, it's better than nothing. And the room looks exactly the same, too. So, how should we... You can sleep on the floor. Oh, I was just kidding before. You can have the bed. I'll just sleep on the floor. What? I can't let you. Please, we may both be commoners, but you live a cushy life in the city. I'm a mercenary. I've lived on the road for years. I sleep like this all the time. Well, she's got us there. Alright, but tell me if you change your mind. Yeah. So clearly oh, are we gonna have another dream? Because that's... Eris visited us in a dream the very first time we saw her. I guess we're just having flashbacks then. We're establishing Tyrion's backstory. Hey, I didn't see you there. I was just walked past him. What? Huh? What's going on? Hey, watch it! Quit shoving me! Wait. Whoa, is this a flashback or is this something that happened? Holy crap! Pull me up! I can't hold on for much longer. Ah, you idiot! What are you doing? What? Grab his arms and pull him up. Ah, my hand! What the hell are you doing? Your grip is too tight. Stop that. What is happening here? I'm gonna have to go back over this log. Wait, I can still... No! No! What happened? I should have been able to... By the scaled lord, he fell in. How many people are talking here? No, I can use this. That's right, I can still make this look like it was all his fault. Oh? Is this a flashback of some kind, or is this Tyrion stuff, or what? Well, who the hell knows? But, save we shall. We find ourselves falling into a nightmare, so this is just us. Let me scroll back up here. Hey, I didn't see you there. I was just walked past him. Watch it, quit shoving me. I mean, someone shoved him. He didn't just fall on his own. Grab his arm and pull him up. I feel like there's 2 people talking in the question marks here. Find ourselves falling into a nightmare. Tyrion, I'm so sorry. I can't believe they made you watch. Watch what? Are you okay? Right. Of course not. Are you going to keep fighting them? Our voice is quiet. Our question barely comes out as a whisper. What? Are you going to keep fighting the nobility? I don't know if I can anymore. Today they showed me what they're truly capable of. I was naive. I thought that the truth would prevail, but I'm only one person. I can't do this alone anymore. So you're just going to give up? You're the only one who will fight against them. If you're just going to give up, then was my mother's death truly pointless? I'm sorry. So how does that tie in with his mother's death? Teach me how to be like you. What? You said that you can't do this alone anymore, right? So, teach me how to be a defense attorney. I thought we'd been learning this since we were a kid. I can help you. We can fight them together. Tyrion, you're just a child. Oh, so I thought we were learning it since before even our mom died. Tyrion, you're just a child. I can't just... Miss Tomorrow, please. I don't have anything left. Please just take me away from here. We clutch our hand tightly, feeling the fading warmth of the final message that our mother left for us. It's the last comforting memory we'll have of her. It's a memory that we'll never experience again. You're guessing she did something to tick them off. You mean Ruby? We know Ruby did something to tick someone off, because she's definitely on the wrong side of the... Well, Ruby's done things to tick a lot of people off. We've run into several people who just don't like her. Oh, so Tyrion's mother did someone to tick someone off. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. It's a memory that we'll never experience again. Mom. Boom. We're startled awake. Yeah, we came back to this room with a start, didn't we? Man. Yesterday and today, stories are all about moms. Everyone comes from terrible backstories. It's like Ace Attorney. Every single character is like, my mom's dead, my dad's dead, I was an orphan. Nobody comes from a happy childhood. After some confusion, we realized it was all just a dream. We didn't have any trouble falling asleep, but our slumber was less than restful. It's been a while since we remembered that day. That's all the more reason to leave this city as soon as possible. That's probably why we had the nightmare. We're sleeping in our hometown. Celeste, are you up? Whoa! That's a new sprite. She woke up with a start. Huh? Celeste was wistfully staring out of the window, watching the rain. Her head whips toward us when she realizes we're awake. Are you okay? What's wrong? That's a new sprite. That's also a new sprite. Nothing. It's nothing. He wasn't awake, was he? Oh, crap. What did I get caught doing? She doesn't seem keen on sharing. It'd be best not to pry. Anyway, do you know if the city's still under lockdown? Well, what was she doing? Was she mumbling to herself? Does she have a diary or something? She was just looking out at the rain. Anyway, do you know if the city is still under lockdown? I haven't checked yet. I was waiting for you to wake up. So it's raining outside? Well, that's not good. We go outside and check the city gates. Evidently, Phoenix had a fairly uneventful childhood, as it's so unremarkable that it's barely brought up, other than the one incident in school. Yeah, that's fair. We go outside and check the city gates. The blockade still hasn't disappeared. In fact, it looks like it's been fortified with even more knights. I'm trying to remember what was mentioned about Phoenix's life, but yeah. Nothing about his parents. I guess he got off kind of easy compared to everyone else. Miles, traumatic childhood. Apollo, traumatic childhood. Athena, traumatic childhood. Kay Faraday, who I'm not sure you know yet, traumatic childhood. The blockade still hasn't disappeared, fortified with even more knights. Surely there's been a murder. Looks like we can't leave yet. It's probably going to matter that it's raining right now. They've even doubled down on the guards. What's going on here? Oh! There's Rika. Tyrion! We spot Rika in the distance as she calls out to us. As soon as she sees us, she breaks out in a full sprint toward us. Is she still wearing the same thing? Damn. That hat must be handy, but you really need to cover up your boobs there, girl. She looks exhausted. Has she been looking for us in the rain? Oh yeah, I guess she wouldn't really know. She would see the blockade and be like, wait a minute, where's Tyrion? Is he sleeping in the gutter or something? Tyrion, it's terrible! Oh no! Yeah, Kay Faraday is Miles Edgeworth's Mia, but you wouldn't meet her until you play Miles Edgeworth's games. Tyrion, it's terrible! There was an accident at the Arcane refinery last night. Thank you for the hydrate, I'll take that. So that was a present-day thing. And maybe it wasn't a noble. Huh. So the bit with Ruby, that would have been our nightmare, but it sounds like the refinery bit was what actually happened. I'm going to want to review that later. There was an accident at the Arcane refinery last night. That's where they make the golems, the arcane constructs. One of my friends who worked there, he fell into a vat of chemicals. He's dead. Wow, okay, so probably not the noble. But somebody said they could use this. How? That might be the noble. Maybe the noble did it. They wouldn't just shove the culprit in my face on the first frame like they did in the second case, would they? Come on, don't do that. Oh, Rika, I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can... That wouldn't warrant a blockade, though. That would just be an accident. Lord Van Sanctus is blaming the Dracogen Trading Company. He's trying to charge the owner with criminal negligence. As the lord of this region, Von Sanctus would have a lot of leverage in a legal battle like this. He must be using this accident as an opportunity to oust Dracogen from his territory. So maybe he did do it, or someone with him did it. Tyrion, you're a lawyer, aren't you? Can you help them? I don't think I can. That's not quite in my area of expertise. What? But, Rika, I specialize in homicide cases, and most of my clients are mages who have been charged with murder. Well, guess what's about to happen to you? Wait, I'm a mage and I'm about to be charged with murder. Crap. I've never even tried a case like this before. There isn't any magic involved, and there's no killer. Give it 5 minutes. Don't worry, I'm sure that the Dracogen Trading Company knows plenty of qualified attorneys who can help. I'm not so sure about that. Think about it. A lord from one of the 4 pillar families is pressing these charges. You honestly think anyone else would try to fight them on this? Well, where's Ruby? Ruby's gonna do it, isn't she? She has a point. There aren't many attorneys who will go against the nobility under any circumstances. The only ones who will do that are, yeah, us and Ruby. Like I said. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Really? But please don't get your hopes up. I have very little information to work with right now. So one of the interesting things about games like this and games like Aviary Attorney and stuff is these indie-ish kind of games, they kind of have some leeway to play with the rules or do some unorthodox things. It's kind of like an Aviary Attorney where the very first case we had, the client we defended was actually guilty. They were the murderer, straight up. Which is not something you usually see in these cases, much less in the first case. So it's entirely possible we may go off the rails here. Maybe we won't even have a murder. Maybe we'll just be doing something kind of out of left field. Just because it's the situation that it is. I still don't know why they would lock the place down for someone falling in some chemicals. Well, I guess that would be the nobility causing a ruckus as a result, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what the motivation for all this is later. Like Tyrion said, we have very little information to work with right now. And to be perfectly honest, I'm really out of my element. That's okay. I'm sure that Mr. Dracogen will take any help he can get. Mr. Dracogen? He's the owner of the Dracogen Trading Company. Probably the guy with the title card, like I thought. He should be at the old Arcane refinery right now. That must be the scene of the accident, too. It would probably be best to start our investigation there. I've been away from the shop for too long, so I can't come with you. But drop by the cafe if there's anything I can do to help. Okay, so you're not actually going to be killed or accused or anything, so that's a nice change of pace. We follow Rika's directions and move through the city's industrial district. It reminds us of our childhood, back then when we couldn't control the Eye of Horus. Where did that come from again? We always avoided this part of the city. It was always covered with an overwhelming fog of misery and fatigue. Yeah, I've worked in industrial parks. They're a mood. However, we feel less of that now. Is it because we have more control over our powers, or has something else changed? Wow, okay. Alright, we're here. Mr. White? We arrive at the refinery and see that there aren't many people around. The few people we do see appear to be from the City Watch. Operations must have been halted after the accident. Wow, so this is an Arcane refinery. I always saw this place as a child, but I never really understood what they do here. Those machines refine the arcane crystals that are used in artificery, and I'm pretty sure I'm saying artificery right because I had to look that word up between streams to be like, am I embarrassing myself on the internet again? But no, I'm pretty sure it is actually artificery. Those crystals are used as a power source for conducting magical energy. We look around and spot an especially frustrated individual. Is it going to be our boy? Yep, it's our boy. He seems to stand out from the knights and cleaning staff. Could he be the guildmaster Rika spoke of? Yep, that is our dude. He takes notice of us as we head further into the refinery. Hello there. You must be the attorney that Miss Tudor spoke about. I am. I take it that you're the guildmaster of the Dracogen Trading Company? Yes, my name is Stefanik Dracogen. That's a hell of a name. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Stefanik Dracogen. That almost seems like an Ace Attorney-ish punish name. I really appreciate you lending your aid in the matter. I already told Rika this, but I've never tried a civil case before. Well, guess what? It's probably not going to be civil, is it? I would need to learn more about what happened before I can decide whether or not I can represent you. I'm honestly not sure how much help I can be. Well, there isn't a single attorney in Aranax that will represent me. So, I'll accept whatever help I can get. Celeste was right. All the attorneys are too afraid to stand against Lord Von Sanctus. Where should we start, though? This case is probably different from the homicides we're used to. Homicide or not, the case revolves around a wrongful death. If I did represent Dracogen, I would need to prove that he wasn't at fault for the accident. To do that, we should start by finding out exactly how and why the accident occurred. No criminal lawyer IRL would take this on IRL. You mean just because they don't have it's not their specialization? I imagine they wouldn't, but I think Tyrion is more interested in just standing up against the nobility. We should also question the witnesses who saw the victim when it happened. And it wouldn't hurt to take a look at the scene of the accident either. The Guildmaster would have a lot of knowledge about the refinery's operations. Questioning him might also give us some insight into what happened. Well, first of all...
REPARIO ARCANUM!
Oh, well there's going to be magic all over the place. There are traces of transmutation energy magic on these parts of the vat, so yeah. Criminal and civil law are very different. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm honestly not quite sure how these vats even work. Perhaps transmutation magic is used in the refinement process somehow. Traces of transmutation. So just to be expected. I'm not sure how much magic is going to be involved here. Someone literally just got pushed into some chemicals. It's a vat filled with chemicals that we can't quite identify. According to Celeste, these chemicals are used to refine and create arcane crystals. Is that it? Oh, power box. It's a power box. It contains artificery hardware and an arcane power cell. Connected to the chemical vats, so it must control some function of the refinery. Anything else? I thought I saw it. Yeah, here. That magnifying glass was hidden behind the back text thing. These metal stairs lead up to the walkway above. Okay, they have guardrails. Good. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to be that irresponsible. I'm assuming those vats aren't even open at the top. You can see they just barely from this angle that they have lids. But yeah, they do have guardrails. These metal stairs lead up to the walkway above. That's all we got going on. All right, you. Tell me more. To start, could you tell us exactly what happened? Well, it all began during the work rush yesterday evening. One of my employees fell from the walkway and into a vat of magical chemicals. They're a rabbit now. Those chemicals contain extremely volatile and destructive evocation magic. Because of that, he unfortunately died before we could have pulled him out. I see. Well, that all just sounds like an unfortunate accident. Why is Lord Von Sanctus blaming you for what happened? There are guardrails on the walkways to prevent people from falling. Yep, just like I said. Supposedly, those guardrails broke apart when that employee tried to lean against them. Oh, really? That's not what happened in our little flashback. According to Von Sanctus, the accident was a direct result of my negligence to maintain the refinery. But my employees have taken great care to inspect and maintain the facilities. I have no idea how this happened. Can't you just inspect the other guardrails to see how sturdy they are and realize that was a lie? Is he telling the truth? This could all just be lip service. The only way to know for sure is to inspect the walkway ourselves. Yeah, exactly. The victim. Earlier we said the victim was an employee of yours? Is it just going to be some nobody? Can you tell us more about them? Yes, I hired him just a few months ago. It's a shame what happened to him. Is he going to be a name that we recognize or something? Check for rust on the broken bit? Yeah, stuff like that. He was a young man named Justin Wayne. Okay, so not someone we know. I thought maybe it would be a last name that would be like, Nani? But yeah, Justin Wayne. Justin Wayne. That also sounds like a punish name. Was he a good employee? He was a hard worker, but he was a bit rough around the edges when he first started. Before working for me, I heard that he'd always spent his time with the local delinquents. Miss Tudor practically begged me to hire him. Oh yeah, so it is kind of a friend. He told me that she wanted to turn his life around. That does sound like something Rika would do. She always had a habit of getting involved in her friend's personal business. Rika helped Justin. Are we going to get a face for Justin? Mizurika Tudor supposedly begged Stefanik Dracogen to hire Justin Wayne. She wanted Justin to turn his life around. Supposedly he used to spend a lot of time with some local delinquents, but has since turned his life around. Turn his life around, turn his life around. Yes, turning his life around. We get it. I would think they would be liable even if it is an accident. Liable, yes, but it looks like the nobles are trying to do things to shut people down. Nope, I don't seem to have a profile for the dead man yet. You... Evocation? Oh! Your school is evocation. Okay, that's going to be important. Maybe you're going to get blamed later. Sometimes the person who gets accused changes later on, so... you of course have an arcane art. You do not. Everyone else is the usual suspects, literally. Alright, good enough. We haven't used this thing to take pictures yet. Pictures of a crime scene. When you live a life like Justin's, it helps when you have something to give you some structure and direction. So I decided to give the boy a chance by hiring him. I wonder how Eris is going to play into this one. Are we going to take a break from her and then she's going to come back full force in Chapter 4? He was clearly a hard worker. He did well to earn his keep. He always followed the rules, too, so I have no idea why he was up on that walkway. Wait, he wasn't supposed to be on the walkway? As her focus mainly on the bear she's hunting. Yep, good luck on your hunt. The walkway, the witness. Hang on, though. I gotta do the thing that I keep forgetting that I can do. Hey, what do you think about this? Sorry. Well, you're lame. Walkway! Earlier you mentioned that Justin wasn't supposed to be on the walkway. What did you mean by that? Well, Justin worked in an entirely different department. He was part of a team that managed packaging and freight. He was in shipping and receiving. He had no business being inside the refinery building, much less the upper walkway. That's strange, to say the least. Was he the type of person to wander around places he's not supposed to be? No, like I said before, he always followed the rules. It all just makes this whole situation that much more confusing. Justin's job. He was a star employee, he was known to follow the rules, he worked in a different department. He wasn't supposed to be anywhere near the refinery walkway. Grakagen has no idea why he was in the refinery before the accident. Was there anyone around when the witness occurred? Did anyone see Justin fall? Your bear bolted. Oh, that's... Sorry to hear that. There were many employees here at the time. There were only a handful of witnesses who actually saw Justin fall from the walk. There were witnesses, and not just witnesses, like more than one? Who were these witnesses? If I remember correctly, Miss Tudor was the one who saw him. Oh, well, you just got involved. Damn. Why were you here? Miss Tudor was the one who saw him fall. Watch her be the villain. Watch her actually be the murderer. Why were you here? Of all people, Rika was there when it happened? Nani? Yes, she witnessed the accident alongside the harbor master. Morrison. Morrison? Oh, I guess we know who Morrison is because we live here and know who Morrison is. Oh, you're acquainted with him? I am. We don't get along. Morrison was close friends with our mother when we were a child. But after we left Aranax, we went out of our way to cut contact with everyone from our past. Well, that's going to come back to bite you. But what were all those people doing here in the first place? Rika is a cafe owner and Morrison is a harbor master. I'm a little concerned about that myself. I'm still unsure about Miss Tudor, but the harbor master was accompanied by a nobleman of some sort. Well, that'll be the dude. A nobleman? I'm not privy to the specifics, but apparently that nobleman had the legal authority to go wherever he wanted to. I want to ask Morrison more about that. But it will be awkward to speak with him after all these years. This is interesting. So, nothing new.
REPARIO ARCANUM.
Oh, you're going to yell it again without me leaving and coming back. Well, you haven't commented on this yet. So let's just try... What do you know about the blockades surrounding the city? Yeah, again, that seems a little extreme. I know that the Kingsguard is involved, but that's about all I know. Watch that be a completely separate incident. Wait, actually, didn't Rika said it was part of the same? I don't know. We'll see what the connection is there. I am a bit curious as to what caused such a stir. Okay, so not this. But I suppose I have more pressing matters to focus on right now. Huh. Interesting. Hey, Rika, tell me more about Tudor. It's such a shame what happened to Justin. I can't believe an accident like this happened under my watch. He seems sincere, but we're still a little skeptical of him. Use your magic eyeball. So, it's not a murder right now, but I have a feeling it's going to end up being a murder. Such a shame what happened. Alright. So, what do we got? We got the town square, we got the walkway. That is certainly a broken guardrail. That is a very broken guardrail. The harbor and the cafe. So, well, we're here, so let's just check this out. Do the usual. Tyrion, do you need me to scan for magical traces? Of course. I enjoy wasting your mana. I've said this over and over again. Well, there aren't any magical elements in this case, but I suppose it wouldn't hurt to check. Alright. Do it.
REPARIO ARCANUM.
Man, there is just magic all over the place today. What? Oh! Yeah, I guess the walkway wouldn't really need to be magic, would it? It's a walkway. Those are not typically magical, at least not in my experience. But someone magicked the hell out of this thing. What's wrong? There are traces of transmutation all over the guardrails. Transmutation? Do you see those traces anywhere else on the walkway? No, it's only in this area. Transmutation on the guardrails. There are magical traces of transmutation on the guardrails that Justin supposedly broke before falling. Those traces are only on the rails that Justin broke. There aren't anywhere else on the walkway. Transmutation is the school of magic that changes the properties of physical objects. Usually mages use transmutation spells to strengthen and repair objects. Wow, we're having mini-games right off the bat, eh? Someone used a spell to change the physical properties of the guardrail. Well, they probably just made it weaker. Judging by the current state of the rail, we can only conclude one thing. The spell weakened the structural integrity of Justin Wayne, the walkway, right? Oh, what? We found traces of transmutation magic on the walkway. Yes. What did this transmutation spell do to the guardrails before Justin fell? I feel like I... Yeah? Oh, you want me to specify the guardrail specifically. All right, fine, whatever, game. Right, someone used a transmutation spell to weaken the guardrails. I joked last stream, or maybe the stream before, that this was the sort of game that would appeal to a D&D rules lawyerish kind of nerd who's like, actually, you can only do that when certain days, when you have these reagents in these quantities. That shouldn't possibly have happened because, I feel like the game is rules lawyering me every time. It's like, excuse me, that would have affected the guardrails, not the walk. Okay, fine, game, shut up. Right, someone used a transmutation spell to weaken the guardrails. Afterward, the guardrails were so weak that Justin accidentally broke them. And only these guardrails were weakened. The sabotaged rails are right next to this vat of corrosive chemicals, too. Well... Easy mode questions. Alright, how you gonna rules lawyer me this time? How did the transmutation spell affect the guardrail? I literally just said they weakened them. The unknown mage accidentally caused, accidentally caused someone to fall into the vat. Come on. Only the guardrails in front of the vat. Wanted someone to fall into the vat. Okay, fine. You're not a D&D rules lawyer, but you're 100% a Yu-Gi-Oh! Rules lawyer, yep. I know some people who are rules lawyers in Warhammer. They will look at models that someone has modded to be like, someone will put a whole lot of work into their model, and they'll have like the pilot standing with a big dramatic pose on top of their model, and then they'll look at the guy running the tournament to be like, hey, that guy's technically exposed. Can I just headshot him? You know, just to be an asshole. Whoever sabotaged the guard wanted someone to fall in the vat. You know, there's a really good example of rules lawyering. One thing I've heard people do in Warhammer, if you can't deploy your army, then you automatically lose the match. And I've heard of at least one person who just brings, like, you flip a coin to see who deploys first, and they bring so many models that they literally cover the table. So if they win the coin toss, they win the fight because they cover the table. It's like, well, the other person can't deploy, I guess I win. Some people. Whoever sabotaged the guardrail wanted someone to fall into the vat. Why else would they only target those specific guardrails? But why? Who would do this? Uh-oh, that was a weird effect. I can feel my fist clenching tightly. That was a weird screen effect. The screen effect is still weird. Someone committed murder using magic here. And whoever did this had the gall to try to cover it up. Tyrion? We're getting our mad on. We won't forgive whoever did this. When we're through with them, we will make them feel a fraction of the misery that our mother... Yeah, I had a feeling he was taking this personally for some reason, but I was about to wonder why. We don't know the circumstances of his mother's death. But for some reason, it's evoking that. Tyrion! What? Are you okay? Right, sorry. Anyway, if it weren't for your detect magic, everyone would have written this off as an accident. Magical traces are only detectable for 48 hours after a mage casts a spell. That means that whoever cast the transmutation spell did so recently. So this is transmutation. Rika is evocation. So she's probably off the hook. We have to check her spell compendium. Right. Transmutation on the guardrails has been updated. A mage must have sabotaged the guardrails within the last 48 hours. They clearly intended for someone to break the rail and fall into the vat. I guess we could just keep casting Detect Magic on the guardrails until it stops working and then be like, okay, 48 hours ago, who was here? Right? But I want to check the other magic.
REPARIO ARCANUM.
Yeah. Now this just seems like standard. I don't expect anything to come of this. Traces of evocation magic on, you know, the magic chemicals. That makes sense. Evocation is the school of magic for spells that create and disperse energy. These chemicals probably induce some sort of magical reaction to create arcane crystals. So that is standard. It looks like the guardrails completely broke apart. The rails are completely rusted, too. Was Dracogen lying about properly maintaining the site? Nope. We know better. It's a vat of dangerous magical chemicals. Supposedly, they're corrosive enough to dissolve anyone unfortunate enough to fall in. Joker's origin story. Celeste is watching us carefully. She can be a little overprotective at times. We're not going to fall in. No. We know better than to take a bath. Alright, first of all, let's see what the Guildmaster has to say about that. Hey, buddy. Magic. No? How about if we present? We should notify Dracogen about the traces of transmutation that we found. But perhaps we should wait until we obtain more information first. Oh, fine. After all, knowing about a potential saboteur might unnecessarily stress him out, even more so if we don't have enough information. Well, fine then. Okay. I want to go to the harbor, but before we do, let's just get the town square out of the way.